In a small town on the outskirts of Tennessee lived Martha, a young woman in her 30s married to Jonathan, a man known in the town for his stern personality and controlling nature. Martha was quiet and obedient, and her dedication to her husband and her dedication to get her. But the hidden sector, one sector, did not even know how to handle herself. Martha and Jonathan had been married for years without having children. This was a source of deep concern for Jonathan, who desperately wanted an heir to carry his name. What happened to the joy of youth that had not experienced anything in years? As the months passed, Martha began experiencing strange occurrences. She dreamed of a black crow circling her, and at times she felt a dark shadow watching her from the corners of her room. She didn't dare tell Jonathan about her fears, worried he would dismiss her as delusional. One cold winter night, Martha went into labor. The storm outside rattled the windows, and the sounds from the wind howling through the trees resembled eerie cries. Martha was taken to the town's only doctor, Dr. Samuels, where she gave birth to her first child. But when everyone saw the baby, silence filled the room. "What is this? This isn't my son. You've betrayed me, Martha." Martha broke into tears, desperately trying wrong, but Jonathan refused to listen. He picked up the baby cry and stormed out, leaving the sham alone. The story spread through the town like wildfire. Everyone began talking about Martha's curse and her black crow baby. No one believed her own mother or closest friends. Martha refused to give in to the accusations. She took her baby and left the town, heading to Nashville in search of answers. There, she sought the help of a genealogist named Dr. Harold, who specialized in family history and genetics. After weeks of research and testing, the baby's father is a doctor in Jonathan's family. This ancestor was a runaway slave in the 19th century who had married a white woman, blending their bloodlines. The traits had been dormant for generations, only to resurface now. Armed with the evidence, Martha returned to the town and gathered the townsfolk in the church, the only place where everyone could meet. She stood before them with courage and said, "This child is Jonathan's son, and he is proof of a history we've all tried to bury. The shame is not in the color of his skin, but in the judgments you've made without knowing the truth." Jonathan, sitting in the back rows, stood frozen in disbelief. He tried to apologize, but Martha had already made up her mind. Martha announced that she would leave the town with her child, saying, "This place is not a home for truth. It's a place for unjust judgments and fear of facing the past." Martha left the town, but weeks later, news spread that Jonathan had died. Rumors claimed he had hanged himself in the same room where the child was born. As for Martha, she moved to another city, where she became a symbol of strength and resilience. The story ended, but the curse of the black crow remained etched in the town's memory, a reminder that the truth can be harsher than we ever imagined.